Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak to you about a powerful call to action. Face it, fix it. In life, we all encounter challenges and obstacles. Some we try to ignore, others we hope will just go away on their own. But true growth, true progress begins when we have the courage to face our problems head on. It's about acknowledging the issues, taking responsibility, and committing to finding solutions. Today, I challenge you to stop running from your difficulties and to confront them with determination and resolve. Let's dive into how you can face it and fix it, transforming your life in the process. I know when. I lost my house a few times while I was working on my dream. I lost my car at one point. I had no money. It was bad for me. There were times when I slept on the couch or the floor at friends' houses. There were months when I slept on the floor of my office and got dressed before my staff got there to make it look like I got there before all of them. Of course, we all act like we didn't know that the boss was still in the office. We didn't talk about it then, but I refuse. It's not going to happen that I give up on my dream. People say that when times are good, you put your money in your pocket. You put it in your heart during hard times. It makes me value it even more, even more. I'm not going to trade it. It's something I would never trade. If you want to avoid the disappointment and pain I went through by following my promise, you might have to take a stand that not many people agree with. Someone once said that when you take a stand, you should be brave and ask yourself if it's safe. Is it popular? That's what politics is all about. But morality or a strong sense of duty makes you ask, is it right? And you can see that most people would rather work from the first two. Is this a safe place for me to be? I remember seeing men and women who really believed in laws when I was a state lawmaker. They gave up, though, because the leader of the House said no. They felt bad about it. They didn't want to get in trouble with the House Speaker, so they didn't take the job. It was important to them that everything was okay with the rest of our co-workers. You really need to be very brave and dedicated to cross a line. Henry David Thoreau once said that if a person doesn't keep up with his friends, it could be because he's following a different drummer. Allow him to dance to the music he hears, even if the beats are slow or far apart. When you're dedicated, you're dancing to a different drama's beat. Don't think that people will understand you. Don't think anyone will understand it. Why you have to do this, why you have to leave, why you have to go. You did a good job. Leaving, you get paid well. Leaving, you'll be retired soon. Leaving, why? I don't get it. It's not necessary. I'm going to. For me, because I've promised to live my life in a different way. I need to do this. Promise. It means standing up for something. Taking a stand for you means giving what you need. It means getting through. What will happen if you don't keep your promise? What if you give it your all but fail? What if you don't give it everything you have? What if you get weak and start to wash yourself with a towel? You give in to your feelings. Then what? An awful lot of people give up. When they get angry, they think, what the heck? And go back to what they were doing because, well, it doesn't work. Here's what I think. First, yes, that does happen. So you are fully responsible for it. Take responsibility for it. There's no need to explain why you gave in or didn't follow through. Own up to it and take the heat. It doesn't matter. Get up inside of yourself. The next step is to look at the situation. How did you get here? What happened that you lost it and gave up? What took place? What was going on? And you can see that I used to go on diets, but now I've decided to live a healthy life. I used to eat anything that wasn't moving until midnight on Sundays. I would do that on Monday. I would get off and eat fruit. It would be a light breakfast. I also loved grilled chicken for lunch. I would carefully peel off the skin, eat the chicken, and then eat the skin. I did 5 sets, then I looked in the mirror and gave up because my stomach doesn't look like a washboard or one of the Avon Haley dances. And I ask, what's the point? Following this, I go to the fridge and eat cold food while standing in the fridge. Since I knew where I went wrong, I knew I couldn't have junk food in the house. That had to go, so I did. I then learned that I couldn't drive on some streets. I changed my route because of this. I stopped taking people to lunch or dinner because I couldn't watch them eat. And they were eating when I had to go somewhere and talk. I told them to call me downstairs when it was my turn because I know that if I sit at the table and look at them, the food will call my name. So I had to start making sure I wasn't putting myself in a situation where I could back out of my promise. Do I make sense to you? So I started to plan my moves and stay away from situations where I knew I would lose my strength. Something else I do when I break my promise. Either I give up something or I make a trade. If someone takes advantage of me, I make myself do 25 more sets or walk for 15 or 20 minutes longer because someone put a hammerlock on my head and said, come over here. You may need to give up something or make a trade-off. Do something that will make up for it. Also, start over. What? You hit the ground hard. What? Start over. Take what you've learned and start over. Don't give up. Don't make the choice to be unhappy, broke, sick, or in a relationship that doesn't make you happy for the rest of your life. Working a job that doesn't make you happy for your whole life won't give you the artistic drive you need and that you need to have in your life to keep you going. Do not sin against yourself like that. You're a real person. Don't give your life away like that. The world doesn't value your life enough. You've got something to offer. You can give something. So what if you promise to do something and then fail miserably, failing as badly as everyone else? Be present. This is good. Today is life, the very life of life. Its short path holds all the truths and facts of life, including the happiness of growth, the beauty of action, and the glory of power. For today is just a thought, and yesterday was just a dream. But if you live today well, every day tomorrow will be full of hope, and every day yesterday will be full of dreams of happiness. So take a good look at today. If we make that kind of promise to enjoy where we are and live our lives as they are, let's see if we can start to do that. To do everything we can where we are now. Forget about what you did wrong yesterday. Forget about all the things you did wrong yesterday. Don't think about what you don't have. It's not important. Right now is the only thing we have. Now. And I tell you that life is asking you to do that. The optimists have a statement that they try to live by. I believe this to be true because I believe in them. Promise yourself I like it. I changed it from promise to commit yourself because I believe that word has more power than promise. It says to make a promise to be so strong that nothing can bother your peace of mind. To tell everyone you meet about health, happiness, and wealth. To all of your friends feel like they have something inside them. To always see the bright side of things and see your hopes come true. To only think about the best things. To expect and work for the best. To be just as excited about other people's successes as you are about your own. Not to think about the mistakes you made in the past and move on to bigger and better things in the future. Keep a positive attitude at all times and smile at every live thing you see. To work on getting better so much that you don't have time to judge other people. To be too big to worry, too good for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to let trouble come into your life. Promise yourself these things. Isn't that strong? That's a big promise to keep with your life. Do something to push yourself and get out of your comfort zone. You shouldn't worry about what other people think about you because they are already thinking about it. Do not fret about what they may say. What does it matter that they already say it? Choose that your life is very important to the world. Choose to share what you have. That's the reason you're here. You didn't just show up then. You brought something with you. You're going somewhere. There is a goal or mission you need to reach, carry out, experience, or apply. Make up your mind to be an adventurer in life. Watch what's going on around you. Think about your life and ask yourself, where do I need to make a move right now? What is it that could be bad for your health? The goal could be to feel better. Maybe to make a change in the world around you. That could be it. Where is it? That promise shows up, I say. And the person who has been working on an idea or dream for a long time, but no one believed them or told them they weren't good at it. No one would ever make a figure of them or call their name and know who it was. They were never on the newspaper's front page, but they had something that was theirs. Something they loved. Something they believed in. They did the best they could with the dream God gave them. You can see commitment. There are also people who are ready to give themselves a chance, who look at their lives and say, I know. I'm sure this can't be the end of my life. I know there's something I need to do, but I'm not sure what I am right now. Or maybe you do know. You might know and have just talked yourself out of it. I get that because I'm late. No. Things go the way they should. I found the strength to go ahead and make a promise. I wasn't really serious before, and I chose that. It took me a while to get the guts to commit because it scared me so much. I get why you're dealing with it. I wish I could say I've done this for 20 years. I haven't. Just glad I made up my mind to be committed before I left. And decide right now where you are that you are going to give your life and let it show in your effort. Let it come through in what you share. Respect your promise as much as you respect your own word, no matter what promise you make. Use what you have to make what you put out there. Again, thank you very much for being aware. Dear Miss Mamie Brown's baby boy, Leslie Calvin Brown, it's been a pleasure and an honor to be your father. Thanks. I'm going to tell you how to reach your targets. I believe that the Bible is the most inspiring book ever. Please repeat what I just said. First, we need to change the way we think. Let's stay together with the good things that should happen to me. Yes, write that down. Say that to yourself every day. Indeed, we dwell in a setting where we think bad things should happen to us. Bishop, I remember a time when things were going well for me, and I thought, this can't be real. There must be some sort of event. You can guess what it did. You are going to order something that will come true and complete the task that was given to it. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you say about your lives and about yourself. Remind yourself of that every day. Why? Because what you say is strong. The word came first. The tongue has the power to live or die. Be careful what you say. Don't say I'm broke. Let us say I'm dealing with a cash flow issue. Do not claim what you do not want. Instead, claim what you do want. If you say good things will happen to me, you'll start to believe them. I started to think that would happen. It was now time for me to talk to my oldest son, Calvin. I asked Calvin, do you want to be successful? As we walked. Yes, he said. Our dad said, okay. His walk went on. I stopped and looked him straight in the eyes. It's my younger sister who goes by my name. I told Calvin, look, we're looking right at each other. Do you think you can be successful even though you are a single parent of 2 kids? You didn't go to college to further your education? You're very talented, but you're behind on your dreams and your bills. Do you think you can be successful based on your performance and what you produce at this point in your life? This is what Calvin said. Do you want to be successful? This is what most people at the manpower meeting would say. Do you want to get things done in your life? Do you want to make a difference with your life? Want to be a better dad? Would you like to start your own business? Do you want to dream? Everyone will say yes, but you can see that want comes up in talk. Behavior shows what is expected of it. I can tell what you want by the way you act. So the Bible says, you will know it's a tree by the fruit it bears, not by the fruit it wants, talks about, or claims to bear. Instead, judge it by what it does. Check out what you do when you leave. The music stops and the yelling stops. Your actions, the way you act, putting down your goals, choosing to go to school to get your GED, choosing to go to class with kids who are about the same age as your grandkids. You should decide to offer a product, an idea, or a service so that you can start making money and adding value to your life. What's more, ladies and gentlemen, it's very important that we start to learn how to make money. This is not about liking money. Having enough money is the cause of all bad things. People steal to get money. For money, people are killed. When unemployment goes up, people go to jail for money. When unemployment is high, crime and violence are most likely to happen and happen in those places. In our town, 10,000 children and women are abused every time unemployment goes up by 1%. 1. Having money changes your life. I have never wished to be wealthy. Making myself feel good is all I've ever wanted. How many of you ever just want to chill out? Raise your hands. Then I understood that to be happy, you need to be wealthy. Not even my friend Zig Ziglar said that money won't make you happy. Everyone wants to find out for themselves. Rita Davenport said that money isn't very important, but it's right up there with air. Also, guys, let me tell you something. Even if you're homeless like I am, women will think you look cute if you have money. He has the same earlobes as Denzel. Honey, money does matter. I was really poor once. When debt collectors called, my kids would answer the phone and say, "My dad, he ain't whole." I once had a lot of money problems. I walked by a bank and set off the alarm. I'm telling you, being poor stinks. Do you hear me? Please repeat after me. I will never be poor again. Yes, write it down. I promise that I will never be hurt again. I will never, ever be broke again. What does money do? It gives you power over your life, for starters. Note that down. Number 2, it lets you choose. Third, it gives you the chance to live a controversial life and make a difference for causes you care deeply about, like this mission and Project 2000's work to change the lives of young people. Bishop Jakes thinks that if we can have Little League football, baseball, and basketball teams, then we can have Little League doctors of medicine for skin, heart, and blood sugar issues. So he is now setting up an organization called Project 2000 to teach young people how to remake themselves as we move into the next century. Peter Drucker calls this time the era of the 3 C's: fast change, too much complexity, and fierce competition. Here is the first thing you need to do to get rich. Write this down if you plan to do it. To get what other people won't have tomorrow, you have to be ready to do the things they won't do today. The Book of Life said, "The road to life is straight and narrow, and few there be that find it." This is because few people are ready to do the things that other people won't do today in order to have the things that other people won't have tomorrow. What are some things people won't do? First, make rules and follow them a big part of your life. How many of you know that you would be further along in reaching your goals right now if you had been more disciplined? Socrates said that a life without rules is a crazy life. The path to happiness is straight and narrow because few people are willing to follow it. Another thing most people won't do: allow yourself to fail. 85% of people let their fear of failing get in the way of their desire to achieve. Please repeat after me. If you want to do something, you should do it badly. Yes, if you're going to do something, do it right. As we've been told, if you understand how to do it, it's better to do something badly until you get it right if you don't know how to do it right. Write this down now. To be great, you have to start, but you can't be great until you start. I stood up and my mind went to rest the first time I spoke. When I looked at the crowd, I felt scared. I had to talk about a play at school. We're about to begin leaving. Dear Mr. Washington, hey Mr. Brown, Mr. Washington, where are you going? I am unable to think, sir. I'm not sure. Did you work on it? I did, sir. What's wrong with that? What made you say your lines? I'm not sure, sir. When I looked at him, I felt like everything was gone. I'll do it another time. Please, sir. Not at all. Come back outside. Hey, Mr. Brown, dear Mr. Washington, I'm going to mess up. Please don't do that, sir. Please don't send me out there right now. I'm going to mess up. Mr. Brown, you will always run if you start running now. If you want to do something, you should do it badly until you get it right. What's with that movement? I need to use the bathroom, sir. Mr. Brown, go outside again. Yes, sir. We have begun a plea called 12 Angry Men, which is being led by Mr. Leroy Washington. The next day I ran away. My name is Falfa. How are you, Liz Brown? They followed me around. They said awful things about me. The next time something else came up. Dear Mr. Washington, you're up, Mr. Brown. No, Mr. Washington, I told you. Everyone says no, not him. I told Mr. Washington that they were right, not me. Mr. Brown, he said, you are up. Yes, sir, I then left. It stopped bothering me when people laughed at me after a while. They would throw paper at me, and I could catch it without looking away. Then I came out one day, and everyone in the crowd went silent, because there was something about me that made it clear that I was real and that Mr. Washington had been helping me prepare for a talk. I turned to the crowd and said, I choose not to be a common man. My right to stand out if I can. I'm looking for chances, not safety. I don't want to be a kept citizen whose land takes care of them and makes them feel small and dull. I'm ready to take a risk in order to dream and build, for to fail and for to achieve. I'm not going to live off of scraps. Life's challenges are better than a life of ease, and the thrill of satisfaction is better than the dull calm of utopia. I will never be afraid of or tiptoe around a master or danger. It's in my blood to stand tall, proud, and fearless, to be brave and say this in public. I did it. The girls got up. I'd like you to tell my boyfriend that you like less brown skin, honey. I didn't start out that way, though. You have something unique. You are talented and skilled in ways you are not even aware of. So how do we start to make things? I'll give you some thoughts. First, write this down. Know-how. What? You know a lot about this market. Skill is one thing we need that people are willing to pay for next. What skill? Dion is good at playing football. That wasn't something I was good at. My skill is telling me something. I think you're successful if you can find someone to pay you to do what you love. You want to get better at what you do? Figure out what you enjoy doing. I like to talk. Bible reading is another important tool that tells us what we need to do to grow. Luke 12:34. Your heart will be where your wealth is. What do you like to do? After that, look into how you can make a living doing that. I like to cook, write, paint, work with numbers, and talk to people. Another important thing is that you need faith in order to follow your dream, along with information, talent, and some skills. See, how many people do you know who are very talented but don't believe in themselves? Put your hands up. You see, faith is very important. So the faith to follow through on those hopes and dreams. Here is some text that I really like. The 3rd verse of chapter 16:16 of Proverbs. Give your work to the Lord, and your thoughts will be set. To commit something means to do it on purpose. Promise to do something no matter what. Promise. What's different about the next time you eat bacon and eggs? There was the chicken. The pig did something wrong. He had to give up everything. It will take a moment for that to sink in tonight. Okay, you see, I'm going to get rich when you make the promise. Things change in your life when you decide they are important to you, and you will do them no matter what. Yeah, most people don't follow through on what they say they'll do. That's why they live miserable, unhappy, and poor lives. Socrates said that having a life without commitment is not worth living. As a result, part of what you must do is make a promise to God that you will go back and be a better father, make a difference in the community, change your life, and decide that you will never use drugs or alcohol again. You must bet that you will start to rebuild yourself and be born again to a new state of consciousness. No matter what, keep the promise you make. Do it hard if it's hard, or stick to what you said you would do. You can tell a lot about yourself by what you do and how you spend your time. Now think about what you want to make happen in your life. I can tell exactly what you're committed to once I look at how you spend your time. People say they have dreams, want to start a business, or want to do something different than what they're doing now because they hate their work and aren't happy or fulfilled. If someone says they want to make more money, they should look at how they spend their time. The real truth will come out in how they spend their time and how they use the time they have. People who said, I'd like to do better, but you don't see them in trade or technical schools learning new things and getting better at the ones they already know. How they spend their time will show you what's going on. People will say they want to be healthy and just the right weight. As we conclude today's session, remember this. Face it, fix it is more than a mantra. It's a way of life. It's about empowering yourself to take control of your circumstances and to actively work towards positive change. When you face your problems head on, you take the first step towards overcoming them. When you commit to fixing them, you take charge of your destiny. So starting today, make the decision to face your challenges with courage and to fix them with determination. Identify the areas in your life that need attention, create a plan, and take action. Surround yourself with supportive people. Seek guidance when needed, and never lose sight of your goals. Remember, every problem has a solution, and every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. Thank you for joining me on this journey of empowerment and transformation. Believe in your ability to face any challenge and to fix any issue that comes your way. By adopting this mindset, you open the door to a future filled with success and fulfillment. You have the power within you to overcome any obstacle, face it, fix it, and watch your life transform in extraordinary ways. The journey begins now, and it begins with you.